Bethesda's silence on Starfield left many experts declaring it game over, man. But alas, it's a trap. With their recent 2-year anniversary tease of Terrible Amanda, oh wait.
Enhanced 34 to 46.
No, Terra Armadillo?
Enhanced 57 to 19.
Oh, Terran Armada. Yeah, that's way better. The mysterious Terran Armada with its black and yellow palette looks to further expand the studio's NASA punk universe, which, if you're like me, when I first heard the word NASA punk, I thought we were getting a brand new, unique, hard sci-fi galaxy akin to the Elder Scrolls, but
highly illogical.
That wasn't what we got, was it? Instead, Starfield delivered a collective sci-fi genre of its own. Basically, it's all sci-fi. A 1,000-planet ode to science fiction's greatest stories, all existing side by side, by combining
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Magic of Star Wars, the horror of Ridley Scott's Alien, and the shiny of Star Trek. But rather than being its own thing, this mishmash left Bethesda's latest IP sitting in this in-between place. And yeah, its story is meh and its identity is a little lost in space.
Danger, Will Robinson.
But in what other universe can you be a Boba Fett-like bounty hunter 1 minute,
Stop touching things.
and the next a curious Captain Kirk data scientist? Or a Xeno skull-crushing colonial space marine in the morning,
It's all true.
and a blade-running Corpo Spy in the evening?
Interlinked.
Damn, that's a busy day. But by doing so, were they trying to do too much? Well, grab your space helmet, cowboy, and let's try.
There is no try.
Do our best to find out. Quick question, are you doing your part?
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Because before Helldivers 2, movies like Starship Troopers and James Cameron's Aliens delivered the archetype of the firepower, alien-crushing space marine. And in Starfield, the United Colonies questline allows you to live out your Johnny Rico jawline dreams.
And I say kill them all! Yeah!
Letting Sarah dupe you into suiting up the Settle System's citizen fleet, the UC Vanguard, swapping the Arachnids and Xenomorph for, this thing. The questline opens with an Alien Isolation-style introduction to the galaxy's fearsome Deathclaw equivalent, and continues to ramp things up with a citywide Terramorph attack, before concluding with a pretty epic final set piece. The term Space Marine's earliest and most iconic articulation was birthed not from Starship Troopers the movie, but from Starship Troopers the book, published in 1959 by author Robert A. Helion. Not only did he give us the Space Marine, but his novel was also the first introduction to the concept of power armor, and Fallout owes you big time, Robert. Which Starfield nods to with its own badass suit-up moment on Londinian. Donning your Xeno warfare spacesuit, grabbing your killer minigun, it is the epitome of LFG as you prepare for the harrowing battle to come. A big part of the book, and the movie, was the overt propaganda to manipulate its population into blindly following onto the battlefield in exchange for citizenship. The UC Vanguard mirrors this same manipulation, as citizenship is the only way to gain the right to buy property. And the UC also loves brainwashing its own people, with its very biased account of history and less than citizens hidden away in the well, leaving you to question whether New Atlantis is a utopia or a dystopia.
Murderer was captured this morning and tried today.
Guilty.
Sentence, death. Execution tonight at 6, all net, all channels. Would you like to know more?
If all this is just too loud and overt for you, why not settle for a quiet mission where no one can hear you scream? The space horror subgenre was established primarily by Ridley Scott's Alien in 1979, where Sigourney Weaver set the blueprint for the lone survivor of a deadly extraterrestrial outbreak. The original concept for Alien originally started as a spray-painted beach ball with added rubber claws. While filming this space comedy called Dark Star, writer Dan O'Bannon looked at the flimsy prop and thought, what if the alien looked real? And what if it had a really bad drooling problem? Of course, Alien Isolation is the GOAT when it comes to recreating the chilling, slow vibe of the movie, but find your way to the Schrödinger system and you'll discover a mysterious ship called a Colander, guaranteed to deliver an injection of Xeno chills. The first thing that'll catch you off guard, besides the dead corpse that greets you, is that regardless of having a set companion or not, you will board alone. As you wander the deathly silence of the ship, you piece together events from computer logs, and despite the ship lockdown message, not a single soul seems to be left alive. Much like the film Alien, it seems the ship made a unique discovery and invited their new friend on board. But of course, I'll let you discover more for yourself. While Bethesda hasn't officially confirmed it, many players believe the zealous House Faroon are inspired by Frank Herbert's Dune universe. Both share love for a warrior culture, both love a dark brooding outfit, and both love a religious crusade that's responsible for countless deaths across space. Both worship a long creepy creature, whether that's the Great Serpent or a great big sandworm.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
And even Andrasia's Groat skull dagger she gives you during the romance quest, or even the Pain Blade, both painfully similar to Freeman's Cry Knife, which is made from the tooth of a dead sandworm. Plus, for eagle-eyed explorers, you'll spot these Silence of Sands posters, or even Cora's t-shirt design includes two suns over a desert. Cora, why are you a giant? Which serves as both a nod to Star Wars and a clear reference to the desert planet Arrakis. And if you've ever wanted to walk in the shoes of Timothée Chalamet, Paul Atreides, then you're in luck because Starfield features a certain part of space for this. A shattered space, if you will. Or you won't find any spice, you will find three houses all feuding for the power of what's left of Dazra after a pretty sizable calamity. It's got it all. A creepy initiation ceremony, a snake-worshipping experiment gone wrong, nightmare-fueled creepy crawlies, a PlayStation 5-shaped religious citadel, and Groats. Despite its lukewarm reception, I stand by the fact that Shattered Space delivers when it comes to a disturbing and eerie exploration of an isolated cult, where the religious zealot experience can be yours. And remember,
all will serve the Great Serpent.
Serve what, like Groat pie? Oh, no, never mind. The antithesis to the authoritarian United Colonies is of course the Freestar Collective, embodying the spirit of the space western fantasy. Think untamed spacefaring gunslingers, trusty sheriff enforcers keeping the lawless frontier safe, and shady bounty hunters bringing in their latest targets. In the 1930s, C.L. Moore created the first space western heroes in the novel Northwest Smith, but its most famous iteration was the original Star Wars trilogy, with Han Solo's original costume and his charming rogue gunslinger mannerisms reflecting the western sci-fi influence. George Lucas actually attributes Boba Fett, the galaxy's best bounty hunter for hire, to The Man with No Name with Clint Eastwood. And the genre still lives on through classic cowboy bebop, Joss Whedon's short-lived series Firefly, and more recently in The Expanse. Starfield lets you live both sides of the cowboy equation. The lawful good Freestar Collective deputy questline lets you take up your badge and six-shooter, defuse a bank robbery and help out nearby farms, before bringing down a corrupt businessman and riding off into the sunset, as well as letting you live outside the law with the Tracker Alliance, where you can channel your inner Mandalorian. Made even better if you activate the right mods.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Blade Runner and 2049 are some of my favourite movies, and while Starfield doesn't ask you to question whether you're a robot replicant or not, mainly because they already did it in Fallout 4, they do channel its dark corporation-ruled future, with the Ryujin questline mirroring the infamous Tyrell Corporation of Ridley Scott's other sci-fi masterpiece. Sure, you're not a noir detective, instead you're a mind-controlling spy infiltrating both your galaxy's competitors and Ryujin's own buildings, digging for clues and uncovering corruption. Oh, maybe you are a bit of a detective.
I'd kill it.
Of course, Starfield didn't forget the classics, like 2001's Space Odyssey and Star Trek. With its main quest and its philosophical questioning of our place in the universe, it allows you to live out your true space explorer/scientist archetype through a parallel universe-bending trek through space and time. The Starfield artifacts themselves are a direct comparison to 2001's monoliths. And just like Space Odyssey, Starfield only alludes to its alien creators through its story and painfully repetitive temples, while never actually showing them directly. The team at Bethesda were clearly fans because between the Mercury spacesuit and the addition of the vibrant and bold designs through the Trackers Alliance, the team have the full Odyssey colour palette covered. And of course, its most obvious reference, the casting of Keir Dullea as the Hunter who played Dave in Kubrick's masterpiece. The Settle Systems also manages to weave in some elements from sci-fi icon Star Trek. The simple act of scanning a planet's flora and fauna feels ripped straight from the Vulcan hands of Spock himself. And if you explore far enough, you'll discover a quest involving a lost colony of clones. This directly parallels an actual Star Trek episodic episode titled Up the Long Ladder. Not only does the episode have the Enterprise answering a distress call from two colonies struggling for survival, but the second colony is composed entirely of clones. And if you're especially detail-oriented, you'll discover an in-game description for Tranquility's Earl Grey, mentioning it as a favourite among UC Navy captains, likely a reference to Captain Picard's well-known fondness for Earl Grey tea.
Tea Earl Grey hot. Tea Earl Grey hot. Tea Earl Grey hot. Would you like some tea?
So beam us up, Scotty.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
This collection of influences is the strength of Starfield, with its vast nod to the last 100 years of the genre's best, from books, movies, and TV shows, but it's also its weakness. It's perfect if you're a sci-fi fan, but not so much if you're hungry for a brand new experience. Like its engine, it's a game world that looks back to its past and honours it, but unfortunately, when you take away these odes to past masterpieces, it doesn't offer much up of its own for the future. Take Star Wars, for instance. George Lucas didn't simply take a wizard and drop them into space. Instead, he mixed a blend of cultural and historic sources. The warrior aesthetic of Japanese samurai, the aesthetic ideals of the Great Crusade's Knights Templar, and the mythical framework of Joseph Campbell's hero with 1,000 faces to create the Jedi. Compare that to Bethesda, who did just drop wizards into space, repackaging Skyrim's Dragonborn powers as universe hoppers with powers. I'm obviously being very reductive, and yeah, I can see how they got there. Skyrim didn't reinvent the fantasy genre, instead it packaged it up in its own unique way. Likewise, Starfield hasn't reinvented sci-fi, instead it served it up on the same plate. So no, it's not that Starfield tried to do too much. Maybe it's that it tried to do too little to carve out its own unique spin on the genre. But that's the thing, Starfield isn't done building its universe yet. The modders aren't done adding their additions, and the players aren't done playing, despite what the so-called experts keep saying. And let's be honest, these are probably the same experts that wrote off No Man's Sky, that wrote off Cyberpunk. Starfield's story is just getting started, so let's see where it goes. For now, the real Starfield is the one you make, whether you make your universe like your favourite sci-fi, or whether you create a whole new one of your own. Whatever you make it, thanks to Starfield, I've seen things.
People wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the 10-house gate. All those moments will be lost in time. Like tears in rain. Time to die.
Hey, if you're hearing this, thank you for staying till the end. Because, yeah, a lot of people don't. In fact, whenever I drop a Starfield video, I always lose followers, so there's that. As always though, for the OG subs, all the thank yous. And for the newbies, think about hanging around. And yeah, catch a smile out there, guys. See you in the next one, lefties.